Hey guys, today I'll be filming my top 12 Hoya with small leaf that are my favorite, my top 12 favorite small leaf Hoya. So if you're interested to know more about them and probably one or two care tips, just keep on watching. So I'm going to start with slightly bigger plants that I have, and you can see it here, and then we go to the small, really small ones. So the first one and my all-time favorite is Hoya Matilde. As you can see, it has very beautiful round shape, kind of oval shape leaf, and with a slightly splash on it. And I really love this Hoya. I got it from a Hoya friend, and it's been growing really well since I've got it, from one little like maybe 4 leaf cutting, and it's been like this this summer and last summer grew very well, and I've been training it into this wire thing here. It hasn't bloomed for me unfortunately yet, but I'm eagerly waiting for the blooms to come. I can see the peduncles, and I'm sure that there will be bloom probably next year. So yeah, just keep on watching to see if this blooms for me in my future videos. So the first one, Hoya Matilde, it's living in leca, and yeah, it needs a lot of water in summertime, especially. You need to water it a lot, and it blooms, it grows really well for me in this setup. So first one, Hoya Matilde. Next I have this Hoya, which is called Hoya Densifolia. I bought it as, but it's called Cantiana. I think in US it is more known as Hoya Cantiana. I'm not sure if they are the same, but as far as I know, they're very similar. They look similar, even they bloom similarly. So I'm thinking, I'm assuming it's the same thing. I think Cantiana has a slightly smaller leaf of this, but I'm not sure if that's the hybrid of this Densifolium, or they're the same. But anyway, I've got this from Paul Shirley in Netherlands as a cutting, and it's been growing really well in semi-hydro with leca setup. It needs lots and lots of water in summertime, and it blooms really well. It's been blooming I think for the second year this year. So I was very happy after having it for a few years, which was a cutting, a small cutting again, like 5 or 6 leaf. It's been growing really well, as you can see, very fast growing Hoya, and it's been blooming for me a lot this year and last year. End of last year I think started blooming, and since then you know, it's been blooming from the peduncles and new peduncles as well, old and new peduncles. But I really like the growth pattern as well, really fast growing, really nice leaf. And I love, what I love about is mostly about their blooms are really nice, as you can see, beautiful, don't have pungent smell. It has a nice sweet smell. It's not overpowering, really small amount of fragrance, and I love it for that. So Hoya Densifolia. Next I have Hoya that I really love for its bloom, and I also love the foliage as well, and I just showered it you know, to get off the dust and stuff. But this is my Hoya Tamoni, white. As you can see, it's a big plant, but it was even bigger. But it had sunburn, or it dried up not this year, last year, in summertime. So I had to take cuttings, and I took cuttings and like revived the plant, and it's been growing nicely and reviving nicely, but it hasn't bloomed for 2 years for me. But 3 years ago it bloomed, and I really love the bloom, white, with the smell of jasmine, and I love the leaves as well. Leaves are nice and fuzzy. And I've got two types. This one is a white bloom, and I've got thomsonii pink. So this one I bought it just recently, two years ago, and it's a pink blooming, which is not very often come by in Europe, and that's why I got it from when I was importing some Hoyas from Indonesia. So I got this one, and I'm going to show you the other ones as well. This one is a pink thomsonii, really lovely, with you know, fuzzy leaf. And the growth rate, I think this one is slower than the white one, I'm guessing, but almost the same. They're not too fast, and you know, for example, this summer it has grown from you know, here, all these, and it just produced 2 leaves. I mean, it's not too bad considering when I bought it, it was just like 3 leaves at the bottom, that there wasn't even this big runner. So it's been, I think, growing and recovering from the transfer, and it was a cutting, a small cutting as well. So yeah, it's been, this is maybe 1.5 year growth. But I'm really looking forward to the pink blooms of this Hoya Tamoni pink. Next I have this Hoya called Hoya Cantiana, with black margin of the leaf. Really like the growth pattern of the leaves. Beautiful Hoya, even without flowering. It hasn't bloomed for me yet. I had it as a cutting for 5 or 6 years now, and it hasn't bloomed, but I really like the pattern, you know, growth pattern, and the leaf as well. So that's why I'm growing it. Next, so this one, by the way, some of my Hoyas are in leca, some of them are in organic media. So this one is in organic media. They both grow well, you know, Hoyas grow well in both media, and it depends on what I have in hand to you know, pot the Hoya in it. So for example, this one is in bark, mixture of bark, perlite, some soil, and charcoal, and worm casting, I think. So yeah, they grow really well in both organic and inorganic media for me. And also this one needs lots of water in summertime. Next I have this Hoya called Hoya Chuke. I think this is one of the hybrids of Matilde with one other, maybe it's a sunrise, I'm not sure, Hoya hybrid, but it's called Hoya Chuke. I've got it from a Hoya friend, and as a small cutting, and it's been growing like for, I think, maybe 3-4 years now. It's not a very fast grower, as you can see, and but I really like the leaves, shape and form of it, really nice. And hoping for the blooms, but I really like the leaf as well, so I don't mind even if it doesn't bloom. But as you can see, it's in a glass jar with leca and some pumice, small grey pumice on top, and it's been growing nicely in there. No need to change, but if I want to make it bigger, I mean, because I don't have the space, I don't usually make them too big. The pots don't repot them as often as I should, probably because I don't have space for it, but I'm sure if I do that, they're gonna grow bigger and bigger. But at the moment I enjoy it in this kind of setup, and I really like it. Next I have this Hoya, again from a Hoya friend cutting, and this is Hoya Irvin Joy. I'm not sure if it's the right name, but this is the name that I got it from the Hoya friend. And I really like the type of this flary kind of edges in the leaf, as if you can see. I hope that you can see it in the video. As you can see, it's not straight, it's really nicely shaped leaf. I hope it comes through in the video. As you can see, really nice flary edges of the leaf. I really love that. And it's been again growing almost the same setup in semi-hydroponic setup, leca, pumice, a small grey pumice. And again, like the other Hoya, if I repot it, probably grow bigger, but for the moment I'm enjoying this setup. And yeah, nicely presented in this kind of like kind of experimenting with different type of trellis and to see which one is good. Okay, and that's that. And the next one is my Hoya linearis. Look at that. I got this Hoya from I don't remember, I think it's from Paul Shirley in Netherlands, as a cutting. It was a small cutting, this big, like maybe 10 centimeter cutting, and it was only one, and I've grown this whole thing from one cutting. So as soon as they grow a little bit longer, I cut and put it back into the media. So I have 4 at the moment. Oh, this one is not doing very well, I think, probably. Okay, so maybe this one is rotted, but just wanted to show you, when they grow like this, I just put it back into the media, cut it from the bottom and put it back to make it fuller Hoya linearis pot. But I'm going to go, this one is not dead, so I'm going to put this into water to root probably, and put it back into that media. And as you can see, it's in leca, and yeah, doing very well in leca, a self-watering setup. Next I have 4 Hoya, 5 Hoya that I got from Indonesia. I think this one, no. Before I go to the last four, I have to show you this one. This is my lacosa black. As you can see, and the leaves are really dark if you compare it with the other type of lacosa. Really dark, especially when it comes when it's just newly come up. And this is like a sun stress, really nice color leaf. So I really like this lacosa, and I have the other lacosa, the silver one as well. I think I need to bring that one as well. So this lacosa, I've got it from Portugal, I think, I'm not sure, like 3 years ago again, and it's been growing in this little tiny pot. It was a unrooted cutting again, and I rooted it, and it has been growing this year especially. It's burst with growth, as you can see, and it has been blooming for me last year and this year as well, on and off. There are some peduncles here, but it's really sensitive. I can feel one leaf has just dropped, and there is like some white sap coming out of it. So you have to be very careful with it, but this is a really nice Hoya to have, and I enjoy growing it and watching it grow very well. It's in organic media and sits on my south facing window, so it gets lots of sun as well, and it needs lots of water in summertime. I really like this pendant growth habit of it. I leave it on the shelf to go down, drape down. And the last four, I've got these four from Malaysia, as I said, or Indonesia, I'm not sure, one of those countries. Imported it 3 years ago, or 2 years, 2.5, I think. They were all very small cuttings. This one is Hoya Cantiana, very small leaf. If you compare it with my finger, it's just as big as my thumbnail, you know. And it has been blooming just recently. This is Cantiana pink, which because of bloom are pink color. It's called Cantiana pink. I don't know how good we can see it. I'll put some pictures at the end of this video so you can watch that. But I really enjoy this Hoya. It's been sun stressed because it's sitting in my south facing window again, and it's in organic media. As you can see, it's been lots of root growth, nicely grown, and it needs a lot of water in summertime, and it's been blooming for me. Really surprised when I saw the bloom last week. So lovely. I thought it's fragrant, but I can't detect any fragrance. Next one of those four is the Hoya Tamoni pink that I talked about, and it has been growing nicely, and it came again unrooted cutting. And this one is my Hoya. The next one from Indonesia is Hoya sunrise. Nice stress leaf, sun stress leaf. Oops, sorry. Can show you like this. Oh, this is the front bit of it. Love it. I love the sunstress leaves. And it was a very small cutting again, and it has grown and has put all this growth this summer. It was growing like 1 or 2 last year, but this year a lot, and I can see the roots coming out, so which means that it has rooted nicely inside the media. Media is bark, bark chips, some cocoa fiber, cocoa husk a little bit, perlite, and cocoa coir. So organic media, lots of water, and sits in a south facing window, gets lots of sunshine and lots of water. And it's been growing really well, again unrooted cutting this big, since 2 years. For 2 years it's been growing this much. So it's not a very fast grower, which is good for me because otherwise it would have been very big very fast. And the last but not least is my pride and joy. This is Hoya curtesii. So I'm telling you why it's my pride and joy. Because when it came, it was half dead, and it was this big of a cutting with no root, nothing. It's just like 1 or 2 leaves at the bottom were green and the rest were brown because of the transport, heat and stuff like that. It was dying, and I thought it's lost and dead. But because of the tiny bit of a green at the bottom, I just thought, okay, I'll put it in sphagnum moss. And I put it in sphagnum moss into my prep box. So it went like 100% humidity, and it's been 2 years and this much of a growth, and which is mostly growth this year. So last year only like 1 or 2 leaf, but this year it has grown a lot of leaf, and the leaves are so tiny and beautiful. I love it. These are the sphagnum that has grown. So like a sphagnum has been growing inside my but it wasn't a live sphagnum, it was just the sphagnum. I put it in a prop box, and now it's been growing like this. So I was very happy when I saw it's growing in there and doing really well, and especially this summer it has done really well. I'll be still keeping it in that prop box, but I think I need to maybe repot this one into a tiny bit bigger than this. But I'm just afraid I might lose it, but I'll do this maybe in future, and just keep on watching for the repot with this Hoya curtesii. So this is one of my small Hoya favorites. And guys, I think that's it for all the small Hoya favorites. I hope you've enjoyed this Hoya video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already for more updates like that. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.